we greet you warmly.
As I strutted across town, I was reminded of something a wise man once said.
Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
His words echoed in my brain like a mantra, like a temple bell ringing out the good news.
Stand up.
I was standing tall now.
There you go.
And there I went.
You were dreaming.
And you know what? I had been dreaming. My former life was a fucking nightmare.
Hey, that's mine! Guards! Guards!
It's all over, lawbreaker.
Put that back, you worthless thief!
Stop right there, criminal scum! Serve your time peaceably and pay your debt to society.
Stop! Thief!
Stop right there, criminal scum!
Thief! You won't get away with this!
Stop! You violated the law. What is it, citizen? Put that back. It's all over, lawbreaker. Your spree is at an end. Serve your time peaceably and pay your debt to society. Serve your time and pay your debt. Serve your time peaceably. Serve your time peaceably and pay your debt to society.
Well, good thing that's all over. Fortunately, I paid my debt to society and reformed.
You better do what they say.
The nightmare was over. I was awake now and finally entering the real world as my real self. I knew who I was, and I was going to meet the whole world and tell them exactly whose company they've been missing out on this whole time.
What's your name?
My name is Ass. My confidence was at all-time highs. Since I last saw Caius Cosades, I had been through a lot. Before he was willing to give me an assignment as a member of the Blades, he needed me to get some experience in the local area and become known to the local population. A cover story. So I joined the Mages Guild. I spent the next couple of days completing tasks for a mage named Ajira. I gathered some mushrooms, almost got killed by a worm, pranked a rival mage, went shopping, hit up the local bar, and just a short time ago I'd gone on another mission to collect flowers. Heck, I even saved a couple of guys' lives while I was out.
Ah, you found my friend Idris!
Yep, I was a real hero.
Wonderful!
I ascended the little stone steps and approached Caius's front door. Caius, you old devil! I'm finally ready for you. I have so much to reveal to you. There's something you should know about me. Why don't I just come inside and explain? Man to man. I took off my armor, puffed up my exposed chest, as is customary in Caius's home, and entered the building. Hey, C, did you hear me yelling? I'm here. And if I'm here, you know that I'm back. And if I'm back, it means I did that thing you said, and I'm ready for orders. I was being playful, but Caius was all business.
Ready for orders? Good. Go talk to Hasphat and Tabalus at the Balmora Fighters Guild. Ask him what he knows about the Nerevarine secret cult and the Six House secret cult. You'll have to do him a favor first, probably an ugly favor, but do it. Then get the information from Antabalus and report back to me.
Please continue, sir.
By the way, Hasphat is a student of Morrowind history. Take the chance to get a little education. And I have a few history books in here. Help yourself. You're welcome to them. No point in being part of history if you're too ignorant to understand it.
Whoa. Was he saying what I think he was saying? Caius thought I was a historical figure? Caius, I'm not part of history, though that's sweet of you to think so highly of me. But no, I'm just regular old ass, just normal, boring, humble ass anus. A dime a dozen, really. Now, who is this Hasphat fellow?
He's the drill master of the Balmora Fighters Guild. He's lived in Morrowind all his life, knows the natives, and talks a lot with backcountry mercenaries. He thinks of himself as a scholar, and he's particularly interested in Dwemer ruins and artifacts.
Sounds like quite a man. Well, guess I'm off to the Fighters Guild to make a new friend. I'll learn all I can about the Nevermarine and the Sick House Club and get back to you with the details, sir. I popped my shirt back on as I exited the dim shack. The sun had gone down at this point, and a dusky haze had overtaken the streets. Even though I had already had an eventful day, I had plenty of energy left. Walking towards the Fighters Guild, which I remembered was right next door to the Mages Guild, convenient, I thought over what Caius had said.
Ready for orders? Good. Talk to Hasphat and Tabalus. Ask him what he knows. Nerevarine, Sixth House. Do him a favor first. Do it. No point in being part of history if you're too ignorant to understand it.
I entered the guild hall. Immediately upon entering, I was struck by a large tapestry hanging on the wall directly inside the door. It had a large depiction of a big warrior guy holding a big weapon. It's like looking into a mirror. Maybe I had made a mistake in joining the Mages Guild. I wound my way down the hallways of the Fighters Guild HQ, passing by a couple of dorks hanging out in the warm candlelight. I guess they had nothing better to do, unlike me, the hero. The long hallway continued underground like a mirror image of the Mages Guild next door. Some nice red rugs on the floor really tied the whole place together. There was a door halfway down the hall, but I had a feeling the man I was searching for would be at the extreme end of the passage, so I continued on. Rounding the corner, I came to a final door. My heart beat a little faster as I anticipated meeting a new, handsome man. I laid my hand on the left side of the door and gave it a gentle push. The hinges did their work as the door swung open and revealed a dimly lit training room. There was padding on the floor for warriors to fall safely while sparring. Soft cushions lined the edge of the pads to allow spectators a comfy front row seat. In the corners of the room, benches, spears, and staves were made available to fighters in training. A small bench and bucket in one corner would allow fighters to refresh themselves after a fight. Two stinky, sweaty individuals stood on the floor mat. One, a modestly dressed imperial woman wearing leather gloves, whose name my intuition told me was Flainia Amuolusis. She stared me down with a skeptical expression on her face, obviously unsure what a handsome fellow like me was doing there. Next to her, in the center of the room, was the man of my dreams. The man I was looking for. The man Caius had told me to find. Hasphat and Tabalus. I looked into his shrewd face and uttered a humble greeting. Hail, Imperial. My buddy, Caius Cosades, well, best buddy if you insist on the whole truth. Well, he was just telling me about you. He said you were really smart and you knew a lot about stuff, and he wanted me to ask you something. He said it was something about the Nevermarine properties, if I recall correctly. My name's Asanus, by the way.
Good day, Asanus. So, you're with Caius, eh? And Caius wants information. Of course, there's a this for that involved. I require a favor first, and then I'll tell you what you want to know.
Things are never quite as simple as they seem. I guess I should have known better than to expect a fellow Imperial to do something nice with no profit motive. So, what kind of favor do you need done?
There are Dwemer ruins nearby called Arkansland. I need you to run over there and find me a little cube with a circular design and some symbols on one side. It's called a Dwemer puzzle box. Bring me back the Dwemer puzzle box and I'll tell you what you want to know.
I updated my journal with this new information, taking extra care to spell out Arkansland as accurately as possible, but my Dwarven was a little rusty. A R K N. Okay, can you tell me a little bit more about Shard My Hand? Of course, I've heard of it, but never really took the time to, delve into its depths. Hasphat clearly relished the opportunity to dump some lore on me.
The old Dwemer ruins at Arkansland are extensive, on the surface and underground. Head south out of town, past the Siltstrider port, then cross bridges east over the Odin River. At the signpost, head north towards Caldera. Immediately on the right, see a signpost for Molag Mar. Turn right and head uphill on an old road to cross an ancient Dwemer bridge over Foyata Mamea.
Oh, I know that place.
The entrance to Arkansland is on the east side of the Foyata, south of the bridge. Turn a crank on a pipe nearby to open the doors.
I smiled. Ooh, secret door mechanisms? Mysterious ruins? This sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Now, can you tell me anything about this puzzle box?
The little cube I'm looking for is about the size of a fist, maybe a little bigger. It'll be made of a coppery metal with a circular design and symbols on one side and some lined marks on the other sides. That's all I want. That little cube.
I gave Hasphat a simple nod, jotted some notes in my journal, and walked back the way I came. At this time, I felt very good about myself. I was very confident, having succeeded at every task I'd been given thus far. And I was still riding high on the endorphin rush I got from my topless talk with Caius. In my bliss, I forgot to be responsible. I forgot to check and make sure I had everything I needed for my outing. I would come to regret this. I need you to say, "Duh!" Duh! And then I need one that says, "Adoy!" Adoy!
Are those okay?
Yeah, and then maybe we'll just add a couple more in here that go, "Ah!" Great.